Foundation. Finishing up my week one picks. Just finished watching the Kansas City Chiefs and the beating the New England Patriots. Um, Hopefully now I got a good routine going on. I had to really take care of other things than making videos, you know. Um, anyway, let's get on with this pick. New York Jets versus the Buffalo Bills. Uh, Overall, the Buffalo Bills is much more better defensively, offensively. You know, Tyra Taylor, can he stay consistent enough? Offensively, I don't still see it with the Jets. Defensively, they can probably keep up with some teams, but offensively, no. Next, Atlanta Falcons versus Chicago Bears. I got the Atlanta Falcons. You know, people talk about that Super Bowl hangover after losing. I don't think so. I mean, if it was a better defense, maybe, but I don't think the Chicago Bears defense can hang with the Atlanta Falcons offense. Next is the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. In a mini upset, I got the Baltimore Ravens winning. They want to make it physical as possible. They already was physical last year. The only tricky thing is that I think they haven't won over there in over what 5 years or 6 years or something like 2010, 2011 or something like that. But they should their confidence should be boosted with Falco coming back and and they reloaded that defense and they want to make it as physical as possible but they still have playmakers on the outside to score points. I think just the I don't think they will be able to keep up with they're gonna get out muscled. I think the Cincinnati Bengals are gonna be. Next is the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. With Martavis running back, you just made Antonio Brown much more scarier. Hopefully he gets his issues past him. Very talented guy. Again, I joked around in the draft like, hey, how about a Bryant wide receiving car, and then with Cleveland too, I think they just, it's gonna be Kaiser being put in some positions where he's gonna have to learn, and it's gonna be a learn and growth kind of thing, and kind of trying to keep up with one of the best, most explosive offense in the league is gonna probably to be too much to ask. But as the year goes on, you're gonna see a little bit of change. You're gonna see this team being one of the more not talented, but one of the more entertaining teams to watch. Next is the Arizona Cardinals and the Detroit Lions. I'm gonna go with the Detroit Lions being at home. Matthew Stafford, for some reason, he plays big in these kind of games, especially when stacks are against him, and a lot of questions now because of that contract. But Arizona is no joke. I mean, their defense, you got playmakers a lot of the way. Collins, Kendiche, Patrick Peterson, Budo Baker, Honey Badger, they just are stacked, on defense, and that's how it is. But I think the Detroit Lions will win this game. Next is the Jacksonville Jaguars and Houston Texans. It's not a field goal moment, but good moment. But Houston Texans is going to be rocking. Their stadium is going to be going crazy. Might give them that extra boost, and J.J. Watt is going to be playing out of his mind. And you already got a shaky quarterback with Bortles already. This is not the right time or place to have that kind of jitters, shakiness. So I got the Houston Texans winning this game. Next is the Oakland Raiders and the Tennessee Titans. Good physical running teams, both, Carr is close to being, if you want to put him again in the top five, go ahead. Marcus Mariota is on the rise. But I just think defensively, I think the Oakland Raiders have a little bit more, with Mac being there. They can probably, if they need a sack, they can probably get it with that, or turning over the ball or something like that. Next is the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Redskins. Neither team, they both suck, you know. And no, but I got the Philadelphia Eagles. I said in my last division prediction video that Eagles, to me, even I hate saying it, but they improved a lot. They improved to me the most in the division. They got a great defense. So again, this is Wentz's second year. Again, he does not have to. He's not forced to make plays. He can make plays. They got him some weapons. Is this will he turn over the ball? That and if he can control himself from not doing that, this team gonna be fine. But again, the Washington Redskins, they always do this to every team in our division. They always get to make a big splash on that. Just pull out a win and it kills a lot of things. But Kirk Cousins, same thing. People make fun of him. The next thing you know, he gets like 400, 500 yards, and you're like, what the hell? Next is the Indianapolis Colts and the Los Angeles Rams. I got the Rams in this game. You can put Austin back into that slot where he can be more of a mismatch kind of guy. They got if Sammy Watkins can stay healthy, then you got a guy on the outside and let Austin do the thing in the middle, and then you got Gurley running the ball. Goff has a lot of weapons to make himself successful. Can he be? I mean, he looks kind of like behind the, trailing right now. I mean, besides Paxton Lynch, Dak is up there. Wentz has not looked good, so Goff is kind of like, okay, I gotta show something now. But the Indianapolis Colts, I mean, they went from AFC Championship now down to here, and I feel bad for Luck. I mean, they're gonna get Luck killed. I mean, they gave him like some wide receivers when they should have built him an offensive line, and they chose not to. And now they're starting to lose players on defense, so now it's gonna be more pressure. Next is the Seattle Seahawks and the Green Bay Packers. I'm gonna go with the home team, Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers, one of the best in the league. Maybe it gave him confidence when he finally beat the Seahawks, but the Seahawks defense is no joke. What the Packers need to do is control the field position battle. If they can get, because the offensive line of the Seahawks is not that good. If they don't give them cheap, short fields, that gives them their chance. And Aaron Rodgers, he can put points on the board, but But when they don't, they have to make sure that they get him on that side. And sooner or later, because that defense is scary on the Seahawks defense, so they really need to keep this game smart. Go for the points, but at the same time, don't give easy things to help out their defense even more. I mean, Russell Wilson, damn good quarterback, but if you can kind of make him force him to make those longer drives, then better your chances are. Next is the Carolina Panthers and San Francisco 49ers. I got the Carolina Panthers. They added some weapons with like two kids, McCaffrey and Samuel. You can put both in the slot. You can put both in the backfield. You can run some really fancy plays, and Cam Newton now has some nice toys to play with now, along with Olsen and Benjamin. Defensively, all they gotta do is kind of like this, stay pat and just not allow touchdowns, and they'll be fine. San Francisco, they still establish. What they gotta do is just establish a culture, and they got some decent guys, but I just don't think they're gonna be there this year. They're changing schemes. They're doing a lot of different things, so it's gonna take a while. But when Kyle Shanahan gets his culture and the personnel that he really wants on the field, then they should be being better. Next, New Orleans Saints and Minnesota Vikings. I got the New Orleans Saints. New Orleans Saints had some nice pieces on their defense, and also the wide receivers not really name recognitions as before, but they do have some guys. And then you got Adrian Peterson now. I mean, he's older, but at the same time, too, he's gonna wanna play good against his old team. And the one thing is that I don't trust the offensive line of the Minnesota Vikings, and Bradford, and he's a one hit away from getting hurt. So finally, the Los Angeles Chargers and the Denver Broncos. I'm gonna go with the Los Angeles Chargers. I think they improved a lot as well. Their defense is going to be very underrated, but in the end, you're going to go like, dang, their defense is balling, and I think that's the thing it's going to do the Broncos in. I think defensively they've been carrying it for the last few years. Now they're starting to lose some players in that sense. I mean, Von Miller is still a beast. Don't get me wrong, but I think Rivers is going to be able to put up some points, and I don't think Simeon can keep up with that. Or if it comes down to a last drive, I don't think he can do that. Coming up with a last final drive for a touchdown, I don't think he can do that. All right, I'm going to make my Cowboys video tomorrow. Mahalo for watching again. Panelo boys, go Cowboys.